All right, good morning. This is Ron for today. It's been about a couple of hours ago. I did a little live stream in the middle of some of my caregiving services about my rant about spoiled freaking people not wanting to wear a mask. And this is the follow up because a lot has happened. Believe it or not, a lot has happened since then. I've learned a lot. Unreal, actually. Um, so that someone, it seems like every day now, there I went for a while, and I didn't really know anybody that was tested positive personally. And then now it's like almost every day I'm learning of somebody else I personally know. I may not have a close relationship with all of them, but I learned today that someone that's also does um, a DJ for weddings that I've known for years. And I don't know, I don't associate with him, but he struck me as the kind of guy that would probably be a denier. Well, he's all over the mask now because he was laying, it hit him hard, and he's on his office floor gasping for air, and the fire truck and paramedics had to come rush him to Grandview, and he went through a horrible experience, and he's recovering but still on oxygen. Um, and then, of course, I've got my friend Brandon up in Blount County, and it just grows into infinity. I've got other friends out towards Silicago, and these people think that church is safe. Have you looked at the cases? And you look at these people. I had a friend of mine share, a lawyer friend of mine at a Birmingham, I think it is where she lives, share some pictures over the weekend of these idiots going to these big parties and going to bars and no mask, no social distancing. They're really just on top of each other. It's just insanity. It's just unfreaking real. Now, as I went through my experience this morning, which is not unfortunately unusual anymore, um, Linda has um, serious health consequences that are not going to get better. She's not going to improve. She's got a situation called Charcot Marie Tooth. She cannot walk. She's lost the sensation from her waist down. She lives in a power chair. She's now having a very difficult time to get in and out of bed from her chair. Used to, she could do that with relative ease. Now it's a struggle. It can take her, if I'm not there to help her, it could take her an hour to 2 hours just to get herself, and she literally drags herself from her chair to her bed. She's in her 70s. And of course, along with that, she's incontinent. And along with that, she is, uh, anyway. And as I go through this, to tend to this woman, and these people won't make the sacrifice of wearing social distancing and wearing a mask. Now, I've been communicating, and Brandon is probably listening to me here now. Um, his relatives, I'm not going to go into any further detail, all due to a church revival, I understand is where this came from. And they're all eat up with COVID-19. Maybe they're not got all the symptoms. And see, I just got another one. The count is rising. Yeah, it's rising. It's rising tremendously. I got more than one person chatting with me here on Facebook. Um, yeah, it's really sickening. The dollar bill, it runs everything, and I've got people in the wedding business that they're just shooting for work, shooting for work, shooting for work, in spite of the fact of what goes on. Now, I do have weddings coming up, and I do need the money, but you can bet my role in it is I'm going to get there the last minute, and I'm wearing a mask. I'm going to do my 20 to 30 minute ceremony, and I'm getting the heck out of Dodge. And they can be offended all they want to, but this thing has gone crazy. I don't have time to socialize. There'll be no handshaking, any of the above. And if I have to take the mask off during a ceremony, then I want some distance between me and the couple because this has just gotten, just in the last few weeks, have you been watching this stuff? And you still got these people that want to deny it. I have an issue with these people claiming, well, I'm against this mask because I have asthma. if you've got asthma, if you've got some kind of bronchial disease or lung disease, you've got something where the respiratory system going on, you should be the one hollering to protect you. That's what's insane. Because if you got these pre-existing respiratory issues and you get COVID-19, you're fucked. You, my friend, are fucked. You should be the one really begging for people to wear masks and stay socially distancing. I don't understand this insanity. That asthma thing is only an excuse. All of a sudden, you got everybody. Well, I can't breathe. Man, these people wear masks all day long. Restaurant workers have been wearing masks. And doctors, nurses been wearing masks. You're not losing any oxygen. Then they came out. There's always trying to find some pseudoscience bullshit. Um, a week or so ago, it was about carbon dioxide. You're going to breathe in carbon dioxide. It's going to kill you. God, ignorance, total fucking ignorance, pseudoscience, bullshit. And we got a president who, I hate to say it, fortunately, let's say fortunately, he's ruining his chances of being reelected. And that's awesome as far as I'm concerned. Of course, and I'll be honest, I'm not a huge Biden fan either. But at least maybe Biden can bring some level-headedness to this. I don't know. We are on our own. I know that. If you wait for the state to make a move, and that's what these idiots are doing, they cannot self-impose restrictions to protect themselves. They got to have Big Brother. That's what we call it. They got to have Big Brother take care of them. And that's the insanity. We got this whole thing. I plead with people, just opening of schools, and I tell them all day, boycott the school. Don't send your fucking kids to school. I don't care what they open up. I don't care if they say, we're opening the schools August the 2nd, 7th, whatever. You don't send your kids to school. Are you a fucking idiot? God, that's crazy. With all this shit going on, you're going to be stupid enough to do that? It's like it's people wanting to go to church. Are you kidding me? Do you think that COVID is concerned about what God you worship? Or why the crowd of people got together? Do you think that's real, huh? Really? Are you that dumb? Are you that anally stupid? Do you think, oh, well, I'm going to church. I put my life in Jesus' hands. God, we are in the third decade of the 21st century of our human existence here. And this is where we are at still. Superstition. Superstition. Don't step on the crack of the sidewalk. You'll break your mother's back. Oh, the black cat walks in front of you. Bad luck. God. No God's going to save you. Jesus is not going to reach out and miraculously save you. It's not going to happen, brothers and sisters. It ain't going to happen. Get over yourself. Get over your God, because this COVID-19 doesn't care if you are a Catholic. It doesn't care if you're a Satanist. It doesn't care if you're a Wiccan. Don't care if you're an atheist. COVID-19 don't give a shit what you believe, because COVID-19 says, I'll get you anyway. That's proven over and over and over. Trustful. Big Methodist church over there. Passed it 1,000,000 times in my life. Huge. Probably the biggest church in Trustful that I'm aware of. Huge church. Big Methodist church. The pastor and his wife positive with COVID-19 because they're gathering all these people, bringing in the sheep, bringing in the sheep. No, they need to rephrase that. Bring in the COVID-19, bringing in the COVID-19. Because COVID-19 don't give a shit about your God. Don't give a shit about your prayers. Don't give a shit about any of it. So all I can say is, oh, now you may start listing up the companies, and I'm exposing them. I'm going out of my way to expose these companies. They're hiding, concealing the fact that they've got staff that's tested positive for COVID-19. Cahaba Dermatology. Look that one up. They see about 50 patients a day. As a week ago, 2 of their staff was positive for COVID-19. They didn't want to tell anybody. And then 2 more went to get tested. I never got the results of those. Oh, you believe me? I went on their Googles and I spread the word. They had to finally admit to it. We got on them so bad they had to admit to it, and they still tried to downplay it. My friend up there's probably watching me now, where he works. Sounds like they got some working side by side up there. What are they doing about it? Nothing. Nothing. Bar 31, Vestavia. They've had 2 that I know of. One, a very close friend of mine. Very close friend of mine. Violently ill for a good 10 days. Another one, whom I know, not as well as I do the other one. She started out loss of taste and loss of smell. Violently ill. Who knows who else? Shh, don't tell, they'll make us close. That almighty dollar. And every day I'm learning more and more that are keeping it. Shh, don't tell it. Shh. That's what they're doing. They're endangering you, they're endangering me, and the whole community with this bullshit. Every day the numbers are going up and up and up. Look at it. You don't have to take my word for it. Look at these numbers. Alabama's going close to 2,000 new cases a day. And then the deaths on top of that. And that's where we are. That's where we are. And these very people that don't want to wear a mask are the very ones that used to call the liberals snowflakes. Who's the fucking snowflake? A freaking cloth mask. That's going to kill you. Oh, God. Unbelievable. Talk about snowflakes. If you went through what I went through in a day's time in the middle of the night taking care of somebody that's sick, you don't have a clue. You don't have a fucking clue. Wear a goddamn mask. God, that's only rant. That's it.